Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. I sound like such a dickhead today. I'm so sorry. My hay fever is like, it is bad today. It's really bad. So if I sound like a man, my eyes start streaming, I apologise. As you can see, still haven't sorted out the curtain situation, but my head's in the way, so we'll just ignore that. Also my hair looks crazy because I curled it and cut it. Long hair no more. We're on the short gang now. I mean, that's all my life updates really. We're not doing anything else. As you can see from the thumbnail and the title, today we're just a bit more of a chilled video. We're just going to be doing this sort of summer surfer arty thing on my face. I literally just went onto Google, searched surf pictures, and it came up. So obviously it's quite difficult to recreate someone's exact look. So if you do want to recreate this, just put it onto Google Images, just keep the image up because that's what I'm going to be doing, and just go back by it just so you can have a, not so you're copying the image, but so you can have a little rough guideline about where you're drawing stuff, this and that. Yeah. Remember, at 100 subscribers, I will be having a giveaway. I know I forgot to mention it in my last video, but it is still happening. So please like, please subscribe, and we'll get on with the video. So how I usually start is I use the Kryolan Supra colour. You can use any sort of colours like this, if I can open it, like so. These look really dirty actually, they're disgusting. I recommend with doing looks like this, get yourself some art brushes. Makeup brushes just aren't the same. These are Royal Langnickel Royal and Langnickel. I've probably butchered that. Any art lovers out there, I do apologise. So I'm just going to map out where I want my colours. So then we're going to do another one here. Sometimes it is just better, instead of just doing really slowly, just go for it. If it's wrong, get a makeup wipe, get rid of it. It's not that deep, it's just makeup. You can practice it as many times as you want. Is this weather this week not just crazy? Because I've woken up today and how hot is it? Where we've been wearing jumpers and like jeans for the last week or so. Now it's gone all nice again. I don't understand. Lovely stuff. So now we have some palm trees. I'm just going to fill this in and then I'll be back. So now that's all done, we're going to set it. So get another little brush. This is just the James Charles Morphe, the mini one. Get the black in it and just lightly brush over everything. And can you see that sort of, you know what I mean. So now we're going to be doing the blue. I'm using a sponge like this because it's all straight line, so you know, going to be able to get around all that jazz. So when doing the sea, you want some bits to be really opaque and then other bits not as opaque, and then we'll go back in with a little brush and put in the white, so you can see like the froth from, is it the froth? I think that's it, from the waves. See here, I've got some bits that are opaque, some bits that aren't, and just carry that on. So just go like this. Can you see? Just following with the waves, doing little marks, and just keep doing that. And then once I've done that, I will come back with you. So now that's done, this is what it should look like. Now we're going to draw a little surfer. I'm just sort of sketching it out at first, just so I know where everything's going. So this is what I have now. You've got the surfboard, the sail for it. You've got the person bent down and then holding onto it. So just neaten it out, fill it in, and I'll be back again. So your sun should be looking like this. I've just put a bit of white, and then I've got a colour like this, a sort of a light yellowy thing, just so you can sort of see like water reflecting on it. But there we go. I'm then going to make like a light orange colour just to blend around. So that is the colour you should be ending up with. Get another one of those sponges and just start blending. So this is now what it should look like. Just looking a little bit crazy, but you know, it's fine. Right, so I'm using the H&B Cosmetics Dare to Be Different palette, and I'm going to be going in between this one, High and Sassy. So with my Spectrum 606, Jesus, can't read. Going into High, just blending that out. Get another blending brush and go into Sassy and just blend that into a bit lower down into the crease. So probably the main reason why you're all here is my little story time of when I got chased by an elephant in Sri Lanka. So I thought best way to do this would be to recreate something that reminded me of the holiday, and that was the sunsets. The last place we stayed at, they did loads of surfing around there, so I thought I'd do a little bit of that and then give you guys a story time. So we did 2 safaris while we were there. The first one was the one where we were seeing the elephants, like that was their main sort of thing. And so most of the day, like obviously you'd see loads of other animals, but most of the day it was finding out where the elephants were, and then they'd go where they were last sighted so you can go and see them. Anyway, so we did that safari. That day we saw, I think we saw about 10 elephants. We saw quite a lot. And the next day was a different one where you were seeing more bird life and crocodiles, because it was closer to the sea, it was a bit more wet. So that's where obviously crocodiles, buffalo, all the birds and everything mainly were. So we didn't expect to see any elephants that day actually. They'd said there's only a very small handful that stay in that bit of the national park. And as soon as we got into the park, the first thing we saw was an elephant, and this elephant was completely different to the ones we'd seen the day before. It didn't seem that happy to have seen us, and sort of walked off, kept looking behind. You could tell that we'd really irritated it, that we'd sort of found it. Compared to the ones the day before, you could get so close to them and they just weren't bothered. They just didn't care. So we saw one. We then went round like a sort of little pond lagoon thing looking at crocodiles, and we saw another one in the reeds, and that had a tracker on it because it was a young one. I think they said its mother had died, so they had looked after it and then they put it back out into the wild, but they track it for however many months just to make sure it's okay, and then the tracker eventually sort of comes off, stops working, and then it's out in the wild. So we'd seen that one as well, and we were like, wow, this is amazing, hadn't expected to see them. We saw two. The guy was telling us loads about elephants. We found out quite a bit. We found out that bull elephants are on their own, so all the elephants we had seen were bull elephants. And he'd also said that it was going into mating season, so which is why there was more together. And so we'd gone round here, and then we were going down this tiny little track. There was trees on either side. It was really small, and then we suddenly stopped, and he was like, shh, I think I can see an elephant. And so it took a while until he'd got round the tree, and then we could see it. And I just suddenly got this sixth sense, and I was sat there and I was like, there's something's not right. As soon as I saw this elephant, there was just something about him, and I started feeling really uncomfortable. And I was sat there, I was actually feeling a little bit sick. I was like, there's something about this elephant that isn't right. And the fact that the track was so small, all the other ones, we've just been able to sort of drive past them. This, you couldn't. You were going to have to move, or he was physically going to end up brushing up against the Jeep. And so we'd seen him, we'd taken some pictures, and the guy was letting him get closer and closer, and the closer he was getting, the more I was starting to panic, because he just seemed really angry. And then his tail started to like roll upwards, and me and my mum looked at each other and we were like, that doesn't seem right. So I started saying, can we please go? And the guy was like, oh yeah, just some more pictures, because obviously there is a bit of a language barrier as well, which doesn't help. And he'd got very close. He was starting to look more and more pissed off with us, and then he just started running. And the first time he ran, it wasn't a proper run. He sort of did it I think he's just doing it as a warning. He didn't want to actually sort of charge at us. And so the guy started reversing backwards, because it's not like you could have turned around. He just started reversing. And then he stopped again. And I was thinking, why are you stopping? Like, he's just sort of shown to us that he's not happy, he's pissed off, he wants us to go. And this guy was still, just wouldn't move. And I was getting really nervous. I think my mum was as well. My dad didn't seem that bothered, and neither did Mitch. Mitch was just filming it all. He was like, oh brilliant, I can get a good video of this. So that then went on. He then started carrying on walking, because obviously we were blocking his path for where he wanted to go. The guys were still taking more videos, and the video that I'm about to put up now is when he really started charging at us.
Yeah. Go!
So while I'm editing this, I've just seen my camera decided to cut out halfway through my story, so I thought I'd just add a little bit now just to finish it off, so you're not given half a story. But where had I got to? So yeah, you'd just seen the video of the elephant charging. So he'd done that. Obviously we were all really scared. You can see the video like cuts off, and then as the guy goes to drive off, he then stalls the car. So we're all like, oh my god, what are we meant to do? Luckily he got it back into gear and was able to go off, but I was shaking. I've never been so nervous in my whole life. And so we'd gone round this corner, and the guide had said to us, right, we're going to wait here just in case he's waiting for us, he might follow us. We're just going to stay around here and then we can go off again. And so we'd been there for a couple of minutes, and then it was like a crossroads. So there was the main road that we were on, and then there was two little roads going off from it, and we saw him come off and walk in front of the road that we were down. and he just stopped there and was staring at us. And elephants have really good hearing, but they don't have very good eyesight, so we weren't sure if he could hear us or not, or we couldn't work out if he knew we were there. And so he then carried on walking, and the guy was like, "We'll just wait another 5 minutes, make sure that he's not gonna stand around and carry on waiting for us, and then we can go." And while we were waiting, we were all quite nervous because there was loads and loads of bushes on the other side, and the day before they'd shown us an elephant that was camouflaged into the bush. And so we were like, oh my god, if he comes through, like, we're not going to see him, he can just charge up on us. And it had been about 5-10 minutes, and the guide was like, right, I think it's safe to go. And so the driver started going off really slowly, and we'd just got around the corner, and then we could just see the elephant. Like, it was literally like he was waiting for us around the corner, and then we just saw he started charging again. And this poor man, I don't think he's ever driven the Jeep so fast in his life. He was going off. But yeah, we were at the park for about another hour after that, and I was so nervous. Like, it ruined the rest of the day for me. Once we got back to the hotel, I didn't feel safe until I was in the hotel. I kept turning around thinking that bloody elephant was going to be following us everywhere. But yeah, sorry that my video cut off and I've had to put a little extra bit in. This should be the final look. I've just put the blue eyeshadow into the crease, just put a pair of lashes on just to make that glam side come out. But I think it's really cute. Got my little surfer. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. I know it was a bit different, and I wasn't as talkative, but just thought it'd be a bit more chilled. You've got a little bit of a story time as well. Yeah, just a bit of a fun little summer thing. Thank you so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. Please like, please give me a subscribe if you enjoyed it. If you've come back again, then thank you so much. At 100 subscribers, there will be a giveaway. I hope you're all having an amazing weekend, and I will see you all next week in my next video. Thanks guys, bye.